regular basis, okay, from our mobile. That is WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Snapchat. But what is the purpose of these applications? Why do we use these applications? Can anyone tell me? Correct. So it's for communication. That's correct. Yeah. So we use these applications to communicate with each other. So if you have to send any message, or if you have to talk to anyone, if you have to do video call, or if you have to for sharing data, absolutely correct. For sharing data, for sharing our thoughts, right? So for sharing our videos, we use these applications, right? So so basically, it's a platform through which we can share. Okay. So these applications are made with the help of coding. Okay, these applications are made with the help of coding. Okay, so now we'll move ahead and we will understand what is coding. Okay, so as you can see over here, this cartoon whose hand is twisted, whose leg is twisted, and his there is an antenna on its head. Yeah, Ishu, you have raised a hand. What has happened? Okay, so so his name is Ro. Okay, and he lives inside the coding world since day one, since the coding has started. His real name is Robot. Okay, so earlier he used to see that there are lots of elderly people are making application, making games, and they are using these applications or games to make robots. So, but in the recent times, he just saw that small kids also, small children are also doing and learning coding and making building applications and making games. I'm sorry. So what he did, he approached to me, okay, and we had a discussion, and we have decided that we are going to work together for you, and we are going to teach you how we are going to make you understand what is the importance of coding and how we make applications. And when you are making applications and games, we are going to guide you. Okay, we are going to help you to make those applications and games. Okay, so now moving ahead, as you can see over here, it's showing an agenda. So what today's agenda is, we are going to discuss about coding and its importance in this quickly evolving world, and we will also understand the requirement and need of coding. Then we'll be running a fun activity with WhiteHat Jr. teacher. We have a teacher joined with us, so we are going to make an app with her, and then we are also going to discuss about WhiteHat Junior Edge program, which are designed specially for you people. And then we are going to take the questions and the queries and the doubts if you have any in the last session, that is question and answer session. Okay, so now I'm going to present a video in front of you. That video is very much informative and very much interesting. So I request all of you to concentrate on the screen. Okay, and I request everyone to leave everything, whatever you're doing, and just concentrate on the screen because going to present you in front of you a video. Okay,
does your school teach the language of the future? Does your teaching style help students develop critical, analytical, and coding skills? In the new economy, the workforce will not just communicate in English, Spanish, or Hindi, it will communicate in code. And computer science will no longer remain an optional skill, it will become a basic skill. Wouldn't it be great if you could teach your students coding in a format that is structured and highly engaging? WhiteHat Jr. has taught more than 1 million children with the world's first structured coding curriculum. Our kids have built more than 100,000 Play Store ready apps. Teaching young learners coding with WhiteHat Jr. will enhance their creativity, logical thinking, and problem-solving ability. Your students can become certified developers too. Join hands with WhiteHat Jr. and give your school the edge in coding.
okay. So everywhere, wherever you will hear from us, we are saying coding from the start till now. We are just saying coding, coding. Your teacher must have told you, your principal must have told you that we are going to there will be a coding session for you. And the school also, if you go, you will see that there will be pamphlets, there will be boards, there will be flex boards, which is like pasted in the advertisement. Also, you will see that everywhere it is mentioned coding. So, does anyone know what is coding? What exactly coding is? Can anyone tell me on the chat box what coding is exactly? Kids, can you do one thing? Can you please just turn on your camera, because I'm not able to understand whether, yeah, Redmi Note 30, yeah, just saying your name. You're absolutely correct. It's a computer language. Yeah, but I'm not able to understand whether you all are there or not, because all the cameras, everything is turned off. So I request everyone to please turn on your camera so that we'll be on the same page, and I will also understand whether you are able to understand or not.
Atif sir, sir, hello. Thank- Children, sir just got a network issue. Okay, he'll be joining very soon. He'll be joining very soon. So you just can put on the chat box what you all know about coding. Okay, I'll be taking the activity for you, so you all can just put on the chat box. What is children? There is no right or wrong answer. Whatever you put, okay, there is no right answer, wrong answer, and not. Just put whatever you know about coding. Okay, till now, what you know about coding, and we have some answers already come. Okay, we have who's Redmi Note 7 as children. You can always rename your device name to your name. Okay, so just put your name, because I have some correct answers, but I cannot tell their names because it's all in the mobile names like Redmi and some other names. So you can just put your names in there. So those all answers are very correct. The computer language, it's right. Communication, it's correct. Coding can be used for sharing data also if you code it for that. And it is a process of designing app and building a computer program for a specific task. Wow, who gave that answer? Wonderful. Superb. Yes, I can see Redmi is raising hands. Children, if you want, you can unmute and speak also. Okay. You have the unmute permission, right? You can unmute and speak also if you have any interesting answers. Okay. No answers coming up after that? What about the others? Anybody know what is coding? So children, coding is basically the language of the computer. Okay, it is a language. For example, computer doesn't know English, computer doesn't know Hindi, or any language, Kannada or Telugu, whichever language. Computer only knows coding, children. So what is a coding? Coding is computer's language. And so you all want to create applications and create games, right? Different applications, different games, like which you'll be playing different multiple games, right? So you want to create such games, right? There is no only you're just playing those games. What is the point with that? So we want to be creators of such games. So only if you know coding or computer's language, you can talk to the computer, right? Only because I know English, I am able to talk to you, correct? So, or any other language that you speak. So you have to know computer's language in order to talk to the computer and create things in order to be creators. Do you who and all want to create applications or games? What do you want to create? Apps or games? Different application or games, you can unmute and tell children or just put it on the chat box also. What do you exactly want to create? If anybody have to, you can all turn on the camera, children, no issues at all. What do you want to make, children? I want the answers on the chat box. You want to make applications or any games? Your games, Mayank want to create games. Wonderful. Yes, Mayank. You have any favorite game, Mayank? You want to create such a game? Application, very good, Shivam. There is different applications, right, children? There is different application you can create. We can make like chatting applications. We can make any other applications like pictures. Anything you can make out of applications. They can't want to create application. Wonderful. So basically, children, you can create everything out of coding. You can either create games or you can create application, but you should be knowing the different steps of coding. Okay, all you have to know that. And today also, children, we'll be creating such an application. Okay, we'll be creating such an application. So let me just share my screen with you all. Okay, let me just share my screen with you all. Just a minute. Yes, you all can see my screen, children. You all can see my screen. See, children, this is really going to be like a fun session. So, just you can unmute, you can talk anytime, you can ask any doubts, children. Okay, it is just coding session, a cool coding session. You can ask whatever you want. Okay, I can see more replies coming. Very good, children. I want this. You have to be active like this till the session ends. Okay. Now, anybody recognize, children, what this is gonna be? Anybody have any idea what this is gonna be? Children, instead of the mobile names, okay, like this Galaxy, Redmi, and all, children, you can just rename your name. Yes, Nandini, yes, very good. Children, you can just keep your name itself, okay? Because you're all giving right answers only. So, children, you all have any idea what this is gonna be? Garveet, Gaurav, any idea? एक तो क्या है in our screen? There is something like seconds, there is something like milliseconds, there is a start button, there is a stop button. What is this gonna be, children, while correlating everything? We create app, yes, we are going timer, very good, Shivam. It is a timer, yes, timer, yes. We create app, yes, Gaurav, that's also correct. We are going to create a timer app, okay? Timer activity, you can call that, children, okay? So this is the activity we are going to create, okay? So before creating any activity, children, before creating any application or any game, we have to follow 4 steps, children, okay? I'm just putting the steps on the chat box for you. We have to define the purpose, why we want that application, okay? Then design, we have to design the app, and then we have to code the app. We have to do the coding, and the 4th step is run the app. Okay, children, everybody, please have a look at the 4 steps. See, what is the first step? It is a define the purpose. Second is design the app. Third is code the app, and 4th is run the app. So, children, first we have to define the purpose. So, why we want our application? What is the purpose of our application? Here, what is the purpose? We are going to create a virtual version of a stopwatch. Stopwatch, you all know how stopwatch works, right? So, I'm just clicking on the run, and if you click on the start button, it will start. And if you click on the stop button, see, if you click on the start button, the timer has start. And if you click on the stop, it will stop. Then if you click wapas on the start, it will just see, it will run. There is seconds, there is milliseconds. So you all might have used a stopwatch, right? We are going to create a virtual version of the stopwatch. Okay, so that is our purpose. And second step, children, if you want, you can just copy this step somewhere, in your notepad or something. It is designing the application. So what is designing, children? You all can see. Can you all unmute? You can all unmute. I think you all have unmute permission, right? So here you can see there is seconds have written here. There is a start button. There is a stop button. All these are there, right? So those steps are called as designing, children. And the third step is, I told you, right, we can create games and application only if you know the language of coding. And that is what we are going to do in the third step, that is code the app. And children, the fourth step is we will run the app or test the app. Like there is a run button, you all can see here, right? We will just click on that run button and we can click on whichever button we want and that is gonna work. Okay, so that is the fourth step. Now, okay, these are the four steps. You know now the four steps. Now let us begin, children. Okay, let us just begin. Now, if you want to create this, first what you have to do is you have to go to a platform called, I'm just yes, typing it and showing for you. We'll be sharing the links with you, don't worry. What the platform we are going to do is code.org. Okay, code.org. So this is the platform where you will be coding. Okay, code.org. This is the platform that will be coding it. Okay. Now we'll be creating the application. You see, on the right side of there's a create option. You can click on App Lab. Okay, App Lab. So we'll be creating the application. In today's application, inside the code.org, there is a platform called App Lab, children. You all can see it's loading. We'll be creating our activity in this App Lab. So you can see there is a design area. See, if you click on the design button, design area will come. If you click on the code button, the coding will come. So first, let us design, right, children? First, let us design our application. Then we can start coding. So, for the design, okay, you can see over here, there is one seconds label, there is one milliseconds label and all, right? And you can see there is two boxes where the time is coming. There is two buttons and all. So for that, let me first take, can you all see an option called label? I'm going to take, see, one second. This is Teams. So, see, label. There's an option called label. I'm going to take the label, children. I'm going to put it onto my screen. Okay, I'm going to put the label onto my screen. And I'm going to type the text of what I want here written as seconds, right? I'll write it as seconds. Okay. Now, if I want, I can enlarge this label. I can just drag it like this, and the label will be much bigger. So, how much ever you can just edit the way you want. Now, if you want to change the color of the label, also see text color. There's an option called text color. Here itself, okay. When as soon as you keep a label, all the options will come near it. Okay, it's all options will come. So let us edit the first label. First, I'm going to change the name. Like each one of you have a unique name, right? So like that, we'll change the ID of the label also. We'll keep it as seconds label. Okay, and I've kept the text as seconds, and I'll change the text color if I want. Background color, I can change. See, background color, I can keep it to any color that I want. Okay, you can choose any color background for the background color. And let me just show you. Yes, you can see a background color option over here. And here to that, there's a color palette also. Just click on the color palette and choose the color you want. Okay, red or you want blue color, whichever color you want. Okay. If you want to go with blue color, then the text color, we can keep it a light color. See? And also the text size we can increase. How? There's a font size option. You can just increase that and the text size also will be increased. Now in the next label, our next label, you're going to get milliseconds, right? Milliseconds. So here I'm going to name it as milliseconds. Okay. So there are two columns, right, children? Here I'll show you the game once again. There is seconds over here and the milliseconds will be coming here. Milliseconds, 1000 milliseconds make 1 second. So that will be also coming over here. So I have just put another label, and here in the text, what I have to keep, children? I have to keep milliseconds, right? Now, see, I have to adjust it the way I want. So I have to just keep it over here. I have to make it larger. So these things has to be done. Okay. You can just make it larger. Okay. Now that is okay. Now, if you want to increase the font size and color, how you'll do? You'll just come down and you can change the background color to whichever color you want, right? You want to keep blue or which color you want, that particular color you can keep. Blue itself we can keep for here. Yes, we'll keep a dark blue, right? Okay. Same blue, we can just try to keep the same color blue itself. Yes, it's almost. Now the text color, we can keep it to white itself. Okay, so it's more visible for us. Now the font size, to increase the font size, how can we do it, children? Here there's an option called font size. We'll just click on the plus and it will be font size also will be increased. Okay, the same way we can just adjust the height and width and everything, literally we can just adjust. Okay, so here our milliseconds ka label is also ready. Okay, so you can just decrease the width. How? You can just click on here and decrease the width. Now what we want to have, children? We want two boxes where a time is appearing, correct? For that, can you all see it? First we took label, now we're going to take text input. Can you all see a text input? Text input, so that we want the times input, right? So I'm going to take the text input over here. Okay, here our time will come. Okay, so you can just adjust it the way you want. See, you can make it large or short. And first of all, I have to change the ID of it also. So I'll put text seconds text input, and here one more text input I want for the milliseconds also. Okay, I'll make it the same size. I'll just drag it and make it the same size. Just put it over the top. Yes. Now we'll just drag it and put it below the milliseconds also. Okay. Now what is the ID we have? We'll keep it milliseconds. Okay. Now what we have to do, we can just keep it. Can you see a small colon is there over here? We see when seconds and milliseconds appear, and we click on the run, and then I click on the start button, you can see a small colon is there between, see, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 40, see, this much milliseconds, everything is coming over here. For that, I'll take a label, children. I'll take a label over here, and in that label, I'll type a colon. Okay, colon means you all know, right? 2 dots. And then what I will do is, I'll increase the font size. The colon ka size mein jo increase karunga. See, you can just keep on increasing this how much ever you want. Okay, see, this is the way you can do it. And even the color, I can change it to the color you want. See, now we'll just put it over in between these two. So this means second will come over here, and the milliseconds options will be coming over here. Now we want two buttons, right, children? Start button or stop button. So button is there over here in the toolbox. First option is the button. I'm going to drag the button, children. I'm going to put it over here. Okay. And the button's name also I am going to change. Otherwise, coding part, it will be confusing. So I'll put start button in the ID, and button ka text. If I keep A, it will come A. If I keep B, it will come B. But what I want here is the start option. I'll put start button over here. Okay. See, I have put a start button and increase the font size also thoda sa. Okay. There is a start button also ready for us to use. Now another button we have to keep, and that button we'll be putting it as stop button. Now it is only what is written. It is just written button only, right? Now we'll change this to stop button. So how can we change this, children? Here in the text option, you can just type stop, and that is going to come in the button also. You can see that. Now the ID also we will keep stop. Okay. Now to increase the font size, what you'll do? You'll just come down and increase the font size like this. Okay. See, we have kept a start button, and we have also kept a stop button also. We can just make it a bit larger. We can just make it smaller also by using this. In the button itself, we can change it. And now we have seconds label, milliseconds, two text input for the time to come. We have a colon, we have two buttons. See, now what we can do, children? We can go for the coding part. The signing is over. Now we'll just click on the code option. You know where to click? See the top left corner, children. There's a code option. Okay, code option. Everybody can see the code option. Let me know if everybody can see the code option. If you can see, just put it on the chat box, children. See, code and design. Now we'll go on to click on the code option. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. So many of you can see. Very good, children. I see code option. You can just click on the code option. And now we'll be coming to a page where you can see so many codes. Okay, there are so many codes. So, children, what is this, children? You all know what is this? These are called as code blocks. Okay, this is your code blocks in the coding. Okay, in the coding, this is called the code blocks, which you'll be using it. Okay, in your to make your activity. So first, what I'm going to take is first at the beginning of the activity. When I click on the see at the beginning of the activity, what is happening, children? It is just 0, 0, right? When I click on the run. And then when I click on the start button only, the counting is starting. So at the first, it is 0, 0. So if we also want to keep that the same. We want to keep it as 0, 0 itself. So for that, I'm going to take a set text. Okay, I'm going to take a set text block and I'm keeping 0, 0 both there. Okay, so take the set text, children. I hope you all can see the set text. See, I'm moving my cursor over there. Just taking the set text and we have to put it over to the workspace. How you will just drag it and you will put it over the workspace. So in the first set text, I want seconds text input. Okay, so yeah, we have seconds text input. And what do you want to come there? First, it should be 0, right? Before beginning the timer, it should be 0, right? The only 0 can come at the first step. Then only the numbers will come. And in this text input that is milliseconds. So in the milliseconds text input, I want 0, same 0 itself. Okay. Now, when I click on a start button, listen properly, children. When I click on a start button, so when means I told you computer's language and our language is totally different. So when I click on a start button means on event, start button is clicked. Okay, on event start button is clicked. What should happen, children? As soon as I click on the start button, my timer should start running, right? My timer should start. So for the timer, time means it's a type of control, right? It's a type of control option. So you have to come to the blue color control option. Can you all see? Blue color control. Earlier you were in the yellow color UI controls. Now you have to come to the blue color control option. You can come down and take timed loop. You want to take a timer, right? So that means timed loop. So you will take it and put it in the on event. Okay. Now you can see we will set here 1000. Why, children? Because 1000 millisecond equal to 1 second. Okay. So we will code it in the form of milliseconds itself. We keep 1000 milliseconds. Okay. Now where you want the answer, children? I'll just show you once again. I took first from the UI controls. What did I take? The on event. Okay, on event, the first option, and on event start button, that is when start button, not milli, sorry, when start button is clicked, I want my timer to start. So go to control option, take your timer, time the loop, put it inside. Don't change the 1000 because 1000 millisecond equal to 1 second. So don't change that. And where do you want the time to come, children? First in the seconds, correct? We will go back to the UI controls and we'll tell the computer, okay, set text, that is computer, I want my text, I want my time. Where, children? In the text input of seconds, right? The first text input. What is the name? Seconds text input. So seconds text input, and as each second passes, children, it should increase, right? Now it is 1 second. Now again 1 plus 1, 2 seconds. Then 3 seconds. Then 4 seconds. Like this, 1 plus 1 plus 1, it will go on increase, correct? So we will go to the math option and we'll get a plus. Okay, math option. Addition is from the maths, right? So math option, take a plus. Because every time, children, now it is 1 second, then after it will be 1 plus 1, 2 seconds. After that, 2 plus 1, 3 seconds. So 1 plus 1 plus it goes on. So 1 plus, then we are telling the computer to get the number, whatever it was earlier, which time, plus 1. So we will take get number from the same text input, seconds text input. So that means, children, if it is 1 second now, the next second it will be 1 plus 1, 2 seconds. After that, the next second will be 2 plus 1, 3 seconds. It is basic logic, children. Now we have set the time in which one, children? In the seconds only. Now we wanna, till now it is clear for everybody. Any doubt? Children, any doubt, please put it on the chat box. Till now, if it is clear for everybody, just show a thumbs up, or you can type yes. If it is not clear, please tell what is your doubt, and you can unmute and ask your doubt also, children. Please let me know if you're clear till now. Okay, Nila is replying. Very good, Anjali. Good. Everybody, okay, there is so much replying. Shera, okay. Mayank, okay. Garvit, Aishi, good. So, yes, Nandini, okay. Aishwarya. So, okay, children. So, I cannot see any doubts there. So, we completed the coding of which one, children? The first, okay, this one. Look at my cursor. Seconds. How? 1 plus 1 plus every second, okay? Like the 2 second, 3 second, it will come. After that, we have to go for the millisecond. So, for that, again, timed loop. From where did I take time loop, children? Anybody know the answer? You can just put it on the chat box. From which option did I take the time loop? From the math or UI controls or the control option? From where did I take the time loop? Anybody have an answer? You can just put it on the chat box. From where did I take the time? Very good, Anamika. Very good. It is okay, Palak. Very good. It is from the control option. So it is from the control option. Very good, children. So many of you are listening. Very happy to know that. So see, there is a timed loop. See, you all can catch up very quickly. So keep it up, children. So see, timed loop again. I am taking and I'm putting it below the other timed loop. Now, children, I don't want 1000 millisecond equal to 1 second. I want 1 second. I have already done here now. Now I want 0.1 second. That will appear here. Okay, 0.1 second. So I'll reduce 10 and I'll put it 100 because here already seconds is coded. Now I want 0.1 second. Okay, lesser than 1 second. So I'm putting here 100. Okay. After that, where do I want the answer? So I'm taking the set text and keeping it inside. And where do I want the text to be? In the milliseconds text input. Okay. And again, we will go to math option. Like 1 plus 1 plus millisecond also we'll apply the same principle. See, this is 1 second means next it will be 2 seconds like that. Same way for millisecond also. 1 plus, we will go to the UI controls and we will take the get number. I'm going to put it over here also. From where? Of course, millisecond text input itself. Milliseconds text input. Now, children, one more condition we will give it. Okay, I'll just show you what happens now. If we click on run and if we click on start, it will go on. See, it will go on increasing. Can you all see? Milliseconds is increasing as soon as that seconds is also increasing. Can you all see? It is going on increasing. So the stop button, it won't work now. Why? Because we have not coded for stop time loop. For that, we have to stop the time loop also, correct? How can you do that? We have to go to on event, that is when stop button is clicked, stop my time loop. So on event, from the drop down, see what is the drop down? The small arrow. So what should be clicked, children, in order to stop? Stop button, simple. Stop button should be clicked, right? When this, oops, I'm just taking the stop button. Start button, yeah. Stop button is clicked. What should happen, children, when the stop button is clicked? Stop time loop. So same, you will go to the control option, and you will come down and you will take stop time loop. You will put it over here. Okay. Let us now check if it is working or not. Just clicking on run button. Now it is start 0, 0. Why it is 0, 0, children? Because first we have given set text to first 0, 0, 0 and 0. Now when we click on the start button, the counting is started. Every 10 seconds, see, the seconds is also increasing. Every, see, milliseconds is increasing, seconds is increasing. When I click on the stop button, it is stopping. When I click on the start button, wapas, it is starting. Again, stop. See, your timer is ready, children. If you follow these steps of designing and coding, you will be also able to make a virtual stopwatch on your own. Okay. Anybody have any doubt? Children, anybody have any doubt? I'll just revise it quickly for you. Listen carefully, children. If you missed any part, you can just check out the revision. So, in the design option, first I took two labels, okay? Seconds ka label or milliseconds I typed it. Seconds, how did I type in the text option? And millisecond, okay? Then two text input. Which is text input? This one. Okay, this text input, you have to put two text input. Like this, I'll just show you. You have to drag it to the screen and you can change the height and width like you want. For example, you want height and width as hey 80 and 80. You can type it over here. There's an option for height and width, see? And you will put it near to this text input, okay? If start button is there, stop button is there. Now you can come for coding, okay? These yellow color blocks you'll get from UI controls, okay? And the blue, the time loop is from control option. Only that much you have to use. So, and the plus, not to miss the plus, it is from the math option because additions and all comes under the math option. Now, I'll be also sharing this particular activity link with you all, but you all try to make it on your own first, then you can refer the link, okay? I'll just share with you in the chat box also. Those who want can just open it, okay? Atif sir, you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So we'll just share the link with them all. So let me just take the link for them.
Yeah. So ma'am is sharing you the link. You can copy it and keep it with yourself. Whenever you are practicing this application, you can use this link.
Yes. So children, I have just put a link on the chat box. You can just open it and check it on your own. So it will ask you the login credentials also. Yes. You can just sign up with Google if you want. So, sir, will you just show them the how to sign up? Sir?
Yes, ma'am. I will definitely.
Okay. So, children, do you have any doubts? Okay, just think of your
Yes,
doubts.
ma'am. Can you hear
By
me?
then, yeah. By then, sir will just show it. I'm just stopping my screen share. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Just give me a second.
Sure, sir.
Okay. If you have any doubt or query, you can ask the teacher in the meanwhile.
Children, hello, children, do you have any doubts? You can just ask. You can unmute and ask also. Anybody have any doubt like how to take an option map? Why an option is taken? Yeah, sure, Sam. Okay, so children, let me just show you once again. Okay, I'll just share the screen. And okay, here you go. Yes. So if you want to log in, if anybody want to try this on your own, you can just go to the browser. You can just click on the browser and type code.org. Okay, you can just type for code.org. Okay. Once you have typed code.org, okay, this is already logged in. I'll sign out and show you how to sign in also. Sign out. Okay. So here right side top, you will be seeing a sign in option. you'll be seeing a sign in option. You just have to click on the sign in option, okay? And it will ask you how do you want to sign in. Because I already have an account, see, that's why I'm using this mail ID and password. You can have an account of your own also. You just have to click on the continue with Google. Everybody can see continue with Google, right? If you have a Google account, or you can continue with Facebook or Microsoft also. So I'm going to click on continue with Google over here. Continue with Google, and you can choose the mail ID you want to continue, because some of you might use your parents' mail ID or your mail ID. So just choose the mail ID you want to continue. For example, here I'll show you with the demo ID. Yes, you can just click on that mail ID that you want to continue with. So it is loading. Just choose a mail ID that you want to continue with. If you are first user, you have to click on the create your account. So here you can go with which account type you want to use. For example, if you're using a student, then you can click on the student account. Okay. Or if you're a parent, you can just click on teacher or parent. There's checkbox. You can click on that also. If you're parent, you can just click on checkbox. You can click if your parent is doing this for you. Then your age you can put. Okay, your age you can put whichever age category you belong to. You can put your age. See, your gender you can put, and then
ma'am, the age needs to be 21 plus, right?
Okay, yeah, in order so they can get some features. So children, yeah, in order to make use of maximum features, you can just go with the 21 plus. Okay, so that you can get every feature available. So then you can just click on the go to my account. Go to my account. Okay, so yes, we just didn't check one of the box. Now click on the go to my account. We'll just try it out. See, it will take you to this dashboard. This is a new account. See, you have signed up successfully. Now what you will do, on the top right, there's a create option. Look children, this is where, okay, just click on the create option. And today's stopwatch, we did it in the app lab, which is the third option with a small mobile icon. Click on the app lab, and here you go. You will reach a page like this, okay? You can then click on the remix button here, and remix button is there here, and you can start doing it, okay? You can start creating. And once you have created it, then you can click on the rename option. Can you see rename? You can rename your project. Like you can keep your name, or you can keep any name of WhiteHat Jr. Stopwatch, or any name that you want. You can click on here, okay? And then you can click on save. That much only, children. You can just go to co.org. Then you can sign up with Google. Create your account. Put your age is 21 plus. Then you'll be created. An account will be created. Go to the top right and go to click on the app lab. There is different lab. There is Bright Lab, Artist Lab, and all. But today's stopwatch you have to do in the app lab, because that is a kind of application. So go to the app lab. So here is where all our features are. Then you can start doing it, complete it, rename, and click on save. That much only, children. So I hope you all understood. If not, please unmute and you can let us know of your queries. Yes, sir. I'm just stopping my screen share. Yes, over to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So, kids, I have shared you a link. I'm sharing it once again. Okay. Just fill your details on that so that it will be your attendance will be marked. Okay. And so we'll move ahead and see what rest of the things, because there was some network issue at my end. That's the reason why I just got disconnected that time. And I also thank you to the teacher for such a beautiful presentation for this application which you have built. Yeah. So, student, if you have any doubt related to the code map, the application which teacher I just made.
Children, no doubts. Everybody, it's clear for everybody. Everybody, just put it on the chat box. How was it? Did you all like it? Will you all make it? Any comments you can put. No doubts. Okay. Okay. Good, children. Now so many of you are active. Very good. If any doubts, you can unmute. Atif sir, they have the unmute permission, right?
Sorry, ma'am.
They can unmute themselves, right?
Yes, ma'am. They can unmute. Yes.
Yeah. So Garvit, you have, ma'am. How will this be available on Google Play Store? So in order to put this on the Google Play Store, dear, we have a few more steps. Like you need to have a Google Console account, and from the Google Console, we'll be putting it on the Google Play Store. There are multiple steps after that. You have to have an account, then some more steps we have to follow, and you can put it. First thing you should have is a Google Console activity, account or membership. Any other doubts, children? Okay, I think they don't have any doubts. Sir, your mic is mute, I guess.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. So I'm going to present this video once again. Okay, just watch this video carefully, and after this video, we will discuss rest of the things related to the video and also related to the coding. Okay. So I'm just playing the video.
Yeah, thank you.
Your school teaches the language of the future. Does your teaching style help students develop critical, analytical, and coding skills? In the new economy, the workforce will not just communicate in English, Spanish, or Hindi, it will communicate in code. And computer science will no longer remain an optional skill, it will become a basic skill. Wouldn't it be great if you could teach your students coding in a format that is structured and highly engaging? WhiteHat Jr. has taught more than 1 million children with the world's first structured coding curriculum. Our kids have built more than 100,000 Play Store ready apps. Teaching young learners coding with WhiteHat Jr. will enhance their creativity, logical thinking, and problem-solving abilities. Your students can become certified developers too. Join hands with WhiteHat Jr. and give your school the edge in coding.
Yeah. So as you just heard that coding is going to become a future language. So by this video, you must have understood what is the importance of coding and why coding is connected to us and why we should learn coding, right? So according to the video, you must have heard at the end that coding is going to become a future language, right? So why coding is going to become a future language is because in the maximum job, in the maximum field, we have to communicate with the machine, we have to communicate with the computer a lot, with the robots a lot to fulfill our task, to get our task completed. So that's the reason why it was saying that coding is going to become a future language. And also, as per this paragraph, which is written as per the BBC report, that in 2030, 800 million jobs will be impacted by artificial intelligence, and 85% of jobs that exist today won't be existing. So it wants to say that in next 9 years, there will be a lot of jobs which will be impacted due to artificial intelligence, and there are a lot of things which will be impacted due to artificial intelligence, and the current job, the existing job, will be replaced, right? Will be removed, and there will be another jobs because of the advancement of coding and the growth of technology. So for example, there used to be a landline phone, there used to be a postman whose purpose was to establish a communication, right? So landline, we used to uh, we used to communicate with each other. We used to talk to each other with the help of those landline based phones, right? And the postman, they also used to establish a communication by delivering letter, postcard, money order, telegram. But nowadays we don't require them. The reason why we don't require is because the smartphone has taken over, and the applications has taken over, technology has taken over. Like if you have to connect with each other, we have seen so many applications start itself. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn is there, Snapchat, and there are millions of applications in the similar platform, in a similar way, to which we can communicate to each other. Like how we have Zoom application, we have Google Meet application to communicate with a large people, right? So if we have to send money, we have a money order, we have which postman used to deliver. So instead of money order, we have phone banking, we have net banking, we have Google Pay, we have Phone Pay. So everything, the technology is taken over, and now we don't require these things. Now the technology is there. Now the application is there. So we can use those applications. We can use those website. It is just that we are few steps away. We just have to download and we have to use it. And whenever when where from where we download? We download it from Play Store. We download from App Store. So these things are not made by a robot or made by a machine. These things are made by human itself, right? These applications, these games are made by human itself. So even we have to understand these things, and we have to implement these things on our day-to-day life. Okay, so now moving ahead, as you can see over here, it is mentioned that there are 12 countries mentioned. So countries like US, UK, I'm sorry, just a second. Just a second. Yeah, so countries like US, UK, Canada, Finland, South Korea have made a great stride in teaching kids from a very junior level, that is from the schooling level, primary and secondary level, how to code and also how to make application from an early age. And they have started this from a very long time ago, from now. So what they did, they have started making applications and games. They have started teaching their kids to make applications and to make games from a very long time ago, and they have already made so many applications, games, and now they are on to making robots. Okay, so even we have to understand these things, and we have to start building applications, start building games. Okay, so even we have to meet the world. So what India did, as per the new education policy of 2020, India also integrated coding and in analytical thinking from the schooling level. That means India has also made compulsory that India also mandated that coding needs to be studied in the schooling level. Okay, so, but the implementation part is left by the government. So, but you don't need to worry about that. We are already there in your school. Once your school is once the school is physically started, there will be a lot of changes, a lot of things will be happening, and then we will start then we'll start learning coding and learning making applications. Our skilled teachers will be there in your school, and we will be teaching coding to you. Okay, and we'll also help you to make applications and make games. Okay, so now over here, as you can see, it is written as vision. So vision is our WhiteHat Jr. So what we want you to become a creator, not to limit yourself as a consumer. So who is a creator? A creator is a person who makes something, make an application, or make a game, or make any kind of thing. Is a creator, and a consumer is a person who uses that. But what WhiteHat Jr. wants, we want you to be a consumer. But apart from consumer, we want you to become a creator of your own, so that there will be a less dependency, right? You will be dependent less on any other people. So if you have a camera, okay, if you have a calendar, okay, and the calendar is not working, or if you have a calculator and the calculator is stopped working by because of certain reason, then what you will do? You won't calculate, you won't watch time. But so if you will be knowing coding, what you will do? You will make your own application. You will make your own game, right? So that you can implement to yourself. It is just that you have to understand you're a tech company, that is Byju's, and the face with the specs which you can see over here is our founder, Mr. Karan Bajaj, and he is the former CEO of Discovery Channel also. Okay, so now over here, as you can see, impact of coding, and it is also mentioned overall development of the child. So with the help of coding, how we get developed? So there are different things which we do for physical development, for mental development. So what are the things which happens which get developed while we do coding? Are these six things. So coding leads us to enhance our creativity, okay, with better logical and abstract thinking, and higher focus and concentration, and also learning how to collaboratively solve the problem, right? So it need to be presentable, it need to be something out of box, it teaches us to work unitedly to fix the problem and to achieve at certain targets, and it also increases our focus and concentration, right? So coding not only teaches us new skill, but it also enhance our overall growth and learning, right? So it enhances our overall growth and learning. That is the impact of coding. That is the benefit of coding. That's what you get from coding. Okay, so now over here, as you can see, these are the three kids. First is my, her age is 9 years. Then is Garveet Sood, His age is 8 years, and third one is Hiranya Rajani. Her age is 7 years. So what they have done, they have created their own application as per their own need, as per their family need, as per their friends need. So what happened to my mind? She used to be bullied a lot. Her friends, her classmates used to be unkind to her a lot. So what she did, she created an anti-bullying app. So with the help of anti-bullying app, she can send a signal to the principal as well as to the teacher so that they can come to the rescue. In a similar way, Garvit has created the application for his eye checkup because he was not able to afford to go to the doctor for eye checkup or to the technician for eye checkup. So he created the eye checkup application for his own so that he can check the eye without any like a help of technician. He can check it with this application itself. So he fulfilled his own requirement. He understood his requirement and fulfilled his requirement. Hiranya Rajani has created the application for her brother, that is sign language application, who is not able to hear anything or speak anything. So his her brother was not having facing any problem when he is at home. He is able to communicate with his family members. But when he went to the ground to play, or when he went to the school, he faced a lot of problem to communicate with his friends, with his classmates, with his teachers. So what Hiranya did, she created an application for her brother so that everyone can communicate to him with the help of this application, and he will not face any difficulties. So she understood her family requirement and she created this application, and they all have they all have posted these application, published these application on the Play Store as well as on App Store, so that whoever needs this application or whoever have any need of similar kind of requirement can use this application and fulfill their need. So there are millions of examples, millions of application which has been uploaded on the Play Store as well as on the App Store by the WhiteHat Junior teacher. Why? Because why the WhiteHat Junior student with the help of WhiteHat Junior teachers. So what they have done, they have understood their requirement, they have understood their need, their family need, their friends need, and they have put on the platform of coding to develop applications and games and fulfill their own requirement and need. So even I request you all to join WhiteHat Junior, okay, to fulfill your need and your requirement. Like if you want to play any game, not only application, there are games also. If you want to play a game, you can also develop a game. Like when the PUBG was banned, there was a lot of application, the similar application which was developed by Indian people for India, right? So even we can do that. Why we should lag behind? Even we can do that. It is just that we have to start learning how to code and we have to build ourselves, right? So now moving ahead, yeah. So now moving ahead, this is the last session, that is question and answer session. So if you have any doubt, if you have any query, you can please ask us. And yeah, I have filled a form, submitted a form in the chat box. So I request everyone to fill that form. I will share it once again. Okay, just fill this form once again. If you have not filled, just check it and fill it once again. Okay, and yeah, this is for your marking your attendance, and I'm also going to share you a link that will be a feedback link. Okay, just share your feedback on that particular link. Yeah, I've shared two links. One is for submitting your attendance, and the another is for submitting the feedback. So I request everyone to just fill both the form. It will hardly take 30 to 40 seconds because it just requires your basic details, your name, your number, your email ID. Yeah. So recording will be shared to you to your principal by Monday, and you will receive it. And we are also going. We have also shared you the link for the steps. Okay, I will just check it. I will just share it once again. The teacher has already shared the link of the steps. Yeah, I'm sharing it once again so that you can get the steps which a ma'am has used to create the application are shared with you now. Just use this link to follow the steps. And if you have any doubt, if you have any query, you can come up to me and you can ask. And if you don't have any query, if you don't have any questions, then we will end the session now. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the principal and to the students and the parents for giving us time and giving us chance to present this workshop. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, students. Thank you to the parents. Thank you. Thank you for attending. Have a blessed day ahead. Bye bye. Thank you, sir.